welcome back to Soul Creative. We are going to make a project involving trees, because this is my tree journal, and it is going to pull down and flip up. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you're interested in that, please stick with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. You can use any color. I'm doing Christmas themes, so I'm going to use craft. And this is 11 long, so we want to cut this at 2.5. And then we want to cut it at 1 inch. Okay. And then if you have a piece of brown cardstock, this is 2.25 by 1 inch. If not, then cut another inch, and then you can cut it to 2.25. I'll have the measurements down below. And then I'm going to take my scoreboard. Don't mind it, it needs cleaned. So we're going to score this at 5.5. It should be right in the middle. And then we are going to start scoring it from that score mark. We're going to start scoring it a 1/2 inch. So just go a 1/2 inch down from that. Every 1/2 inch until we get to 1 inch. And then you want to stop. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 score marks. 10 including the center, the first one that we did. Okay. And then this one, I didn't cut it, so we might as well just do that real quick. We're gonna cut this one at at 6, so I'm just gonna put mine over there a little bit. Actually, I'll just cut it at 5 since this is 11, and then this will give me a 6. So then we're gonna score this 2, so actually, I think I wanted it 5.5. So, scratch that. We need it 5.5. And then Okay, I want it to be 5 inches. And then we're going to score it at 1.5. And flip it around and score it at 1.5. So that's wrong. 1.25. Flip it around. Alright, so we want to cut that down to 5, and then we want to score it at 1.25. Turn it around and score it at 1.25. So we'll set that to the side. Okay, so then back to the big piece. What we're gonna do is take our triangles and we're going to start at the top. So find your smallest triangles. Let's see how many we got here. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 score marks, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, need something in between there. 7, 8, 9. I think I'm gonna go with the green one. I'll just cut a 1/4 inch off of there. And I could replace that one instead. And then ain't much of a difference. A little bit. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How did I get a 10? Okay. Sorry about that. Now we got our triangles, so we're going to start at the top And I'm gonna use art glitter glue. This is a little tedious, but it's manageable. So just put some glitter glue at the top and don't go past 1/4 of an inch. Try to find the center. And then we're gonna flip up. That's our first one. So then we're gonna keep doing this the whole way down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna cut this little corner piece. So then we find the center. Glue that down. Lift this up. Okay. And then we keep doing this the whole way down. Nope. Find the center. And you don't want to go past that score mark. Clean up any glue. You just want it right on the middle of the score mark. Next one. And how I did my triangles is I took a piece of paper and I would cut, I found 4.5, maybe 4 being the largest one that you'd want to go with. But say I had a 4.5 inch paper by 6.5, so I cut it down 4.5 by 4.5. And then, so I made a square that was 4.5 by 4.5. And then I cut the square in half. And that gave me one triangle. And then I cut that one in half and it gave me another triangle. And then, so then I did a 3.5, cut it the same way. Did a 2.5, cut it the same way. And then 2.5 is the smallest I went. And then then I would do, to fill in between those sizes, I would do a 4.25, and then I did a 3.25, and I cut it the same way. I cut those squares, and then I cut those in half, make a triangle, and then I cut those triangles in half. And this is how I got the squares, or the triangles. You can do this with double-sided paper. I just used the white, and then there's this piece that is double-sided. And this one is a thicker cardstock. This is graphic 45. The other one is just a lightweight cardstock. So it has some heft to it, but it's not really bulky. That way you don't add a ton of bulk in our journal. This is gonna be more thicker than average, but it's really cute, so I'm not worried about it. And there we go, we have our tree. What do you guys think? It's a little wonky. I'll let that a couple of those get away from me up there, but you know what? Wonky's fine. We'll just embrace it. So, yeah, if you pay attention when you flip those up, they might spin a little bit because the glue's not dry yet. The glue's dry now, so there's no spinning in that. So then, this is what we're gonna do. So you bring this down, and this bottom piece, about 1/8 of an inch off. I'm gonna cut that off of there. It's probably not necessary, but oh well. And then we're gonna take our little tree trunk that we cut. And if you don't have one, cut it in the same cardstock, it's fine. You could ink it up. I'll show you one of my prototypes with one that I did that with. Then we're gonna take this, fold the scores on that, have that ready, and then, oh, close my glue up. So we're just gonna take and glue probably 1 inch up at the top here. You want to make sure this one's glued fairly good. This is gonna represent like a little bit of a pull. So you want to slide it up underneath there. Try to center that the best we can. Flip it over. You want to make sure that's in the center. Make sure that's glued down good. Could make that a little bit longer. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so there we go. There's our tree. And then this piece, what we want to do is we're going to lift up our tree, and we want to go under both pieces, and we want to glue this down, just the little flaps. You don't want to get anything else. You don't want to get it on top of, you don't want to get it on underneath part. So we're going to fold that down, fold this down, and just want to make sure you don't get it on that, you know, you want to be able to pull that, so you want to make sure that's free and clear. And then we just pull. And then you'll get to the top of your tree, and then those will flip down. So let me try to hold it. See, this will be glued, this little thing that you're hanging on to. You want to glue that down onto a page or a piece of cardstock. And you don't want to push it out that far. So, once we have it glued down onto something, maybe we'll make a card to put it on. Actually, yeah. Let it do a 6 by 4 1/4. Yeah. And we'll just put that on top of there. And you could do this with anything, like anything you can think of, you could do it with. Remember, our tree's a little wonky. Just keep going. I think maybe, let me remove this one. I think that's about, thinking I'm not gonna be able to do much more than 8, probably 7 at the most for it to work out, but I don't know, this one seemed to work out fairly good. So this one was one of my prototypes, but it stops when I get to about right here too, because the triangles, so the top half will flip up. So yeah, so I would probably go with probably 6, maybe 7 at the most, but 6 will flip. The other, this one has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, yeah, this one has 9. So yeah, there's another prototype, and I will show you my first one that I did. It's in the journal already. Let me see here. Here it is. Now, how I made this one was just using staples. I didn't glue it. But I do like the glue better because I think it actually does better, but yeah, so once you get to the top, it's harder for it to flip because of so many that you have, but the idea is really cute. Don't do as many score lines and do the score lines closer to the bottom and then work your way up. So when you go to pull, actually, no, you want to do them at the top, but only do so many of them. But anywho, I made a pocket out of this one. I just put a little sticker down there, and you could put different sayings on all of these. That might be what I do, but yeah, so this was day number 17 for our little project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun making it. It's still a learning curve. I don't know all the kinks and stuff like that, but anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the little project today. Here's the little prototype I made. Here's the one we made together. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with another video. And until then, I will see you when I see ya. Later.